Hey, what's up, everybody, and welcome to the Meet Me on Main Street podcast. Finally, on today's episode, we are going to be covering the entire food menu that is coming at Epcot's Food and Wine Festival. Today is August 18th, 2025, and this is episode 10 of the Meet Me on Main Street podcast. Let's do it. Yo, what's up, everybody? This is your guy, Joseph Belveduto, aka Nostalgic Belv. And as always, I hope you are having a wonderful, wonderful day. So, guys, I don't have very much Disney news this week. I kind of overviewed and did my research, and there's nothing too exciting going on as of right now. Besides, Disney is just in full swing of fall right now. We got the Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween Party going in full effect now. And also, I seen that the Muppets Courtyard is fully ripped down now, and they are in full construction over there. So, besides that, nothing too crazy going on. I really wanted to jump right into this Food and Wine Festival menu because this is probably going to end up being a little bit longer of an episode, considering we're going to be covering the entire menu. Before we get into that, I would just like to thank everybody that came over to TikTok and gave me a follow. This week, I think I gained over 300 followers, and I was super, super excited about that. But the thing that I'm most excited about is that there's a lot of like-minded people all in one place now. So I'm making a lot of friends on there, and, we're seeing just a lot of Disney adults just come together. We make an alliance. That's the joke behind the TikTok video that I just made. If you don't follow me, go on there and check out my last couple videos. I think you'll like them. But with all that being said, let's jump right into the 2025 Food and Wine Festival menu. First of all, guys, I want to apologize if I butcher some of these words. I'm going to do my best. I do know quite a few of these, but there's definitely a couple I have no idea how to pronounce. Did some research on some of them, but some of them I just couldn't find. So we're going to start over at the Odyssey. They got the fried pickle spears with a dill ranch. These look amazing. I love me some fried pickles. These are actually going to be the spears instead of the chips. Just want to throw that out there. I know some people prefer one over the other. Me, I'm down with either one, but they look excellent, sprinkled with some dill and some ranch, and you got yourself some excellent fried pickles. Following the fried pickles, we have some garlic Parmesan wings. These look amazing. Guys, just a quick FYI, if you want to see any of the photos of anything that I'm talking about, I'm reading this straight off DisneyParksBlog.com. They have just about a photo of almost every item on the menu, and some of these things, they just look so good. I'm actually drooling looking at the picture of the fried pickles right now because I have not eaten yet today. But yes, once again, going on to the garlic Parmesan wings, these look fantastic. It looks like it's a serving of 3 or 4. I can't really tell. But, obviously, when you're running around to each pavilion, it's a little bit of a smaller portion. But I think that's good because you're able to try so many different things. Moving on past that, we have the Impossible Chicken Tenders. These are tossed in a buffalo sauce with a plant-based ranch and plant-based blue cheese crumbles. We also have Korean barbecue wings. These are covered in barbecue sauce and toasted sesame seeds. This is new this year. It's never been done. And then we have the unnecessarily spicy yet extremely tasty Carolina Reaper pepper curry wings. And this comes with a creamy cucumber rallata. Moving on to the beverages that we have at the Odyssey. I'm not going to read every single one of these on every single location, but I'm going to point out a few that I feel like are going to do very well and they're very special. Starting off here, we got the pickle milkshake. This is non-alcoholic. Guys, the pickle milkshake, I think, speaks for itself. It's definitely going to be very interesting. We also have a frozen pomegranate and raspberry tea, followed by, we have a beer flight here, which is going to be a hard cider flight. We got the BRLO Wild Berry Hard Cider, the Cider Boys Pumpkin Spice Hard Cider, and then the Collective Arts Brewing Local Press Apple and Cherry Hard Cider. So, with that being said, you could grab that flight and you could try all 3 of those ciders if you want. So that's the best bang for your buck. So we're going to be moving on now to the location of the Connections Eatery. Right here, we have a chocolate Baumkuchen. This is a chocolate ganache and whipped cream The picture looks phenomenal. Followed by a French onion burger. This is a gourmet beef blend, caramelized onions with the Gruyere cheese on a toasted brioche bun. I love a good French onion burger. I actually did one on special at my own restaurant, and it did very well. Moving on past that, we have for the beverage a passion fruit cream slush. This is a passion fruit, evaporated milk, vanilla syrup, and a coconut cream. So this is a non-alcoholic drink, but there is also a non-alcoholic spirited version available with rum. So that's interesting as well. I think this time around when I go, I'm going to give a few of the spirited options a try this time around because I'm interested. I haven't tried that yet. So moving on to the location, this is going to be near the Creation Shop at the Coastal Eats menu. We have a lump crab cake. This is a Cajun spiced vinegar slaw and a remoulade. We also have a Peruvian ceviche with a mahi-mahi, shrimp, sweet potato, and a leche de tigre, which I'll be honest with you, I'm not exactly sure what that is. But anyway, moving on, we go to the Seaside Pot Pie. This is shrimp scallops, crawfish tails, and lobster bisque topped with a puff pastry. The photo of this looks very, very good. And moving on to the beverages, we have a Boyd and Blair pomegranate and cotter, a Riley's Lookout Sauvignon Blanc. And that's it for that location, guys. Now we're going to be moving on to the Gyoza of the Galaxy menu. This is right near the Creation Shop. I want to point out that everything that I'm going to be reading off of this specific menu is actually not going to be available until September 28th. So these next few items, you're going to have to wait a little bit longer. So jumping right into the food, we have some buffalo-style dumplings. These are chicken dumplings with a buffalo sauce, celery root puree, blue cheese cream, crumbled blue cheese, shaved carrot, and micro celery. This is new, and I'm definitely looking forward to trying this one because the picture looks phenomenal. Now jumping over to the French onion soup style dumplings. These are pork and beef soup dumplings with a caramelized onion, a sherry beef broth, onion and Gruyere sabis, Parmesan cracker, and micro chives. Once again, this is new as well. Moving on to the street corn dumplings, chicken dumplings with a tomatillo salsa verde, street corn salad, a cojita cheese, lime crema, and cilantro. I'll be honest, all three of these look delicious. I was kind of hoping you could almost do a flight of one of each of these because that would be excellent. Moving on to the beverage, we have a pineapple colada. This is white rum, Dole pineapple juice, and sweetened coconut milk. Looks excellent. Now moving on to the fry basket menu. This is going to be near the test track presented by General Motors. We have the adobo yuca fries with a plant-based garlic cilantro aioli. Then you could also get the fry flight here as well. I just want to throw that out there. This also comes with a sea salt malt vinegar fry. These are also plant-based. And then the truffle parmesan fries with a black garlic truffle aioli. And a sweet potato casserole fry with cinnamon sugar, candied pecans, and marshmallow cream. Those ones look nuts. I'm definitely interested in trying those out. Moving on to the beverages, we have the Three Daughters Brewing Mojito Blonde Ale and a Boyd and Blair Grapefruit Mule. Some of these have been some real tongue twisters for me. Moving on to Flavors from the Fire menu. This is going to be near the Creation Shop. We have the Montreal style burger slider. This is featuring the Impossible beef with plant-based cheddar, tomato jam, Bibb lettuce, and plant-based garlic aioli on a sesame seed bun. Now we got the Rodizio styled grilled beef skewer with marble potatoes, charred shallots, roasted baby peppers, and a chimichurri. That's also new this year. This will be the first time they're doing that. Smoked corned beef with house-made potato chips, cheese curds, pickled onions, and a beer cheese fondue. That looks very good as well. Moving on to some of the beverages, we have the Four Virtues Bourbon Barrel Zinfandel, and we have a Swine Brine. This is the Jim Beam Kentucky Straight Bourbon Whiskey, apple cinnamon cider, lemon juice, and Dijon mustard. That one is very interesting. Moving on to World Nature, this is the Earth Eats menu. The location is the Land Cart near the land. The food items, we have a red wine braised beef short rib. This is with goat cheese, polenta, puttanesca sauce, shaved pecorino cheese, and petite herbs, followed by, for dessert, the lemon poppy seed cake with a lemon icing. For the beverages, we have a Minute Maid strawberry hibiscus. I believe this is like a lemonade type looking thing. This is non-alcoholic. And then we have a Harkin Barrel fermented Chardonnay, which looks delicious. Moving on to the Sunshine Seasons menu, they have the fan favorite from what I see. Everybody's looking forward to this one. This is the Remy milkshake. This is a strawberry cheesecake milkshake topped with a cookie, a mini cheesecake, white chocolate Eiffel Tower, and a strawberry. And this is non-alcoholic, and this is the first year they're doing that as well. Moving on to the World Showcase, guys, we're moving over to Australia. This is right near the Disney Traders. The food items, we have a grilled bushberry spiced shrimp skewer with sweet and sour vegetables and a coconut chili sauce, followed by a roasted lamb chop with a mint pesto and crushed salt and vinegar potato chips. And we have a mixed berry pavlova with a crunchy meringue shell, macerated berries, and whipped cream. Followed by the beverages, we have the Bulletin Space Sauvignon Blanc, a Fowles Farm 2 Table Shiraz, a Yalumba, the Y Series, hold on. Take two, hold on. And the Yalumba, the Y Series, Viognier. So that also comes as a wine flight. So moving on, we're going to be going to the Mexico menu. I'm going to butcher a lot of these pronunciations, and I apologize. We have the Flauta de Barbacoa fried tortillas filled with barbacoa beef, topped with salsa verde, romaine lettuce, a crema mexicana, and a queso fresco. Moving on to the tostada de carnitas. This is a braised pork atop of a fried corn tortilla with chipotle black beans, salsa ranchera, a crema mexicana, and the queso fresca. We then next have the flan de cajita, which is a creamy Mexican custard with caramel sauce and toasted almonds. Moving on to the beverages, we have the Clarita Margarita. This is a Cristalino tequila, an orange liqueur, and a classified lemon juice, followed by a Mexican craft beer and the strawberry pomegranate margarita. Now we're heading over to China. The first food item we have is the Beijing Zhejiang noodles. These are stir-fried minced beef, cucumber, chili and carrots, and a savory Daoban sauce. Next, we have chicken dumplings with the house-made sweet and spicy sauce. And then we have the smoked duck bao bun with pickled cucumber and scallion and a hoisin sauce. Moving on to the beverages, we have a mango peach bubble tea, green tea, mango and peach syrups, and a white boba. This is non-alcoholic. Looks very, very refreshing. Then we have the Brew Hub lychee food draft beer. We have a Baju punch. This is Baju spirit, lychee syrup, soda, water, and a pina colada mix. And then we have the Hanan Prosperity, tequila, vodka, Minute Maid orange juice, and a mango syrup. This is new, first year for that. And a frozen strawberry jasmine cocktail. This is light rum, jasmine tea, and a strawberry syrup. And that is also new. We are now heading over to India. They have a potato and pea samosas with plant-based coriander and lime cream. They have a chicken tikka masala with a fennel spiced yogurt and a naan bread. And for the beverages, they have a mango lassi, which is non-alcoholic. They have a mango lassi with a Kamakara 8-year-old cask-aged rum. They have a Sula Tropicala Brut sparkling wine and a United Breweries Taj Mahal premium lager. Now we are headed over to the refreshment outpost. Guys, I'm just letting you know, I'm going to butcher a couple of these. We have the Bubere spiced beef stew with a sweet potato mealy pop and a kachombari slaw. The Impossible spicy sausage with a peri-peri peppers and onions and a plant-based peri-peri aioli on a sub roll. Once again, that is plant-based. Anytime you hear that Impossible, it is plant-based. South African cream liqueur chocolate mousse with a white chocolate ganache and a chocolate-covered popping candy. That looks very, very interesting, and I think I'm going to give that one a shot. Moving on to the beverages, we have a Bold Rock apple crumble hard cider, a Gulfstream Brewing Cloud 9 watermelon hibiscus lager, and a Habesha Breweries Cold Gold Pilsner. Now we're moving over to the Alps menu. This location is right near Germany. We have the warm raclette Swiss cheese and Alpine ham. This is with baby potatoes, cornichons, and a baguette. They also have this option without the ham as well. And then we have a Kirschwasser Torte with a cherry brandy buttercream, a fondant sugared almonds, and a cherry compote. This is new. This will be the first year for that as well. Going over to the beverages, we have a frozen rosé and a Steigo Brewery Golden Brow Australian Marzen Lager. Whoa, I am getting killed with some of these pronunciations. I apologize, guys. Moving on to Germany. We have a bratwurst on a pretzel roll with mustard. We have the Skinkendulden pasta gratin with ham, onions, and cheese. And we have an apple strudel with vanilla sauce. Guys, I'm not even going to attempt trying to pronounce these three beers that they have, but know that they do have a beer flight, and they are some heavy, heavy German words. I took German in high school too, so I should know some of these. But yeah, just know they got three strong German beers there as well. So moving on to the Summerfest menu, the food item they have here, once again, this is German. This is the Zerbukuchen German onion cake with caramelized onions, bacon, herbs, and a savory custard. Oh boy, Germany really got me good today. Moving on to Spain. The location is between Italy and Germany. We have the Trio de Pinstos. This is a jamon, croqueta, pan con tomate, and a tortilla española. The best way I could describe this is, I'm looking at this photo, and I'll be honest with you, I'm not exactly sure. It looks like two pieces of bread, and the third item looks like it's some sort of fried item. Can't really figure out what it is, but I will say they do look appetizing. Moving on, we have the Paella Caldoso. This is a rock shrimp with bay scallops and smoked mussels. This actually looks very delicious. It looks like it's some sort of seared scallops, and they are over a bed of this Paella Caldosa. The best way I can describe this, it's basically Spanish rice. And for dessert, we have the Basque cheesecake with an orange sauce. That is also new this year. For the beverages, we have a Cuenta del 67 Garnacha Tintorera. Not 100% sure exactly what that is. And then we have something called the Summer in Spain, which is going to be frozen simply lemonade with a yellow chartreuse liqueur and a green chartreuse liqueur. Now we're jumping over to the Italy menu. We have a Bacchetti Kisses de Pizza. This is traditional Napoli street food. It's a pizza dough, pepperoni, mozzarella, and a tomato sauce. Pretty close to a pizza, but looks a little bit different than just a regular slice of pizza. We then have the tortellini alla vacca. This is a 4-cheese tortellini, vodka sauce, parmesan, and a chili oil. And then for dessert, we have the chocolate spuma, which is a chocolate mousse, caramel sauce, espresso whipped cream, and a puffed rice. For the beverages, we have a Bellini Spritz. This is an Italian aperitivo, liqueur, peach puree, and prosecco. We have a Chianti, a Italian-inspired blood orange margarita. And we also follow that up with a Sorsi de Oro Sips of Gold Italian Pilsner. Now moving on to the Block and Hans menu. This is right next to the American Adventure. We have a frozen Chipotle pineapple lemonade. This sounds really good to me. Minute Maid lemonade and a Chipotle pineapple syrup with a chili lime salt rim. Non-alcoholic spirited version available with Tito's homemade vodka. Moving on to the Regal Eagle menu, right next to the American Adventure, we have a cherry lime slush, which my son Gino said this is his pick for the entire menu. It's a frozen Minute Maid cherry limeade with cherry syrup. This is a non-alcoholic beverage, and this is also new this year. Now, moving on to Flavors of America menu location, once again, right next to the American Adventure, we have a Gulf Coast-style seafood roll with a warm water lobster, rock shrimp, lobster bisque, a sherry creme, and this is going to be on a toasted brioche bun, and this is new this year. Moving on to a New England slider, this is slow braised beef pot roast with a spicy horseradish cream, a crispy fried onion on a potato roll. Once again, this is new this year as well. Then moving on to the freshly baked chocolate pudding cake for dessert, and this is with a Kentucky bourbon caramel. For the beverages, we have a Harpoon Brewery Flannel Friday Hoppy Amber Ale, a Playanita Brewing Co. and Pumpkin Cheesecake Blonde Stout, a Von Trapp Brewing Natur Helles Lager, and you can get this as a beer flight as well. Moving on to the funnel cake menu, this location is between America and Japan. We have the Huckleberry funnel cake. This is a funnel cake with huckleberry ice cream, whipped cream, chocolate sauce, blackberry brandy glaze, and a powdered sugar. This looks delicious. Moving on over to Japan, we have a beef wagyu don. This is traditional Japanese rice bowl with American wagyu beef, blend over steamed rice, served with a homemade pickle, shredded togashi pepper, and pickled ginger. We also have a osokana karaage, which is a crispy fried pollock with spicy mayonnaise and a sweet and creamy yuzu sauce, and then a teriyaki chicken bun, which is a steamed bun filled with minced chicken, vegetables, and teriyaki sauce. Moving on to the beverages here, we have the peachy mango boba. This is a crafted peach juice with mango popping bobas. This is non-alcoholic, and this is new this year. We have a Brulando Brewing Fuji Apple IPA and a sake Palitian cocktail, which is going to be sake and simply cranberry juice with a hint of yuzu. Now we're headed over to Greece. This is right between Japan and Morocco. We have a spanakopita. We have a moussaka featuring a possible beef. This is plant-based. A griddled cheese with pistachios and honey. A lamb gyro with shaved lettuce, tomato cucumber relish, and a tzatziki on a warm flatbread. Moving on to the beverages, we have a Greek melon limeade. And we also have a wine flight with a couple wines that I'm going to have a really hard time pronouncing. But here we go. We have the Kyriani Nasosa Zermavol Dry Red. We have a Milanas Winery. This is a Aseratico Dry White. And we have a Skoraz Zo Rosé. So we got some options for people who enjoy a good alcoholic beverage over in Greece. Now we are going to be moving over to the Tangerine Cafe, flavors of the Medina menu, location, this is in Morocco. The food items, we have a Moroccan wrap with a tomato, cucumber relish, and garlic sauce served on a warm Moroccan flatbread. We have a tremola chicken, a Moroccan spiced lamb, a plant-based falafel, and we also have a stone-baked Moroccan bread with assorted dips, and for dessert, a pistachio cake with a cinnamon pastry cream and candied walnuts. Moving on to the beverages, we have a fig cocktail. This is a fig liqueur with white cranberry juice. We have a Keels Farm blackberry pear hard cider, a Keels Farm golden apple chai hard cider, and a Playanita Brewing Co. fig, rhubarb, orange, and ginger hard cider. This is new, and this will be available as a hard cider flight as well. Now moving over to Belgium, locations between Morocco and France. We have the beer braised beef. This is served with smoked Gouda and mashed potatoes. We have a Belgian waffle with a berry compote and whipped cream, and a Belgian waffle with warm chocolate ganache. Moving on to the beverages, we have a chilled Belgian coffee. We have the Brouwerij Saint Barnardus Dragon wit wheat beer, a Brouwerij Van Steenberg Golden Drask Tripel Ale, and a Brouwerij Verhashi Duchesse Cherry Red Ale, and that's also available on a beer flight. I know I butchered those, but I do know that Brouwerij is the Dutch word for brewery. So out of all those words, I did know that one, but boy, I need some work. Chilled Belgian coffee with a chocolate deluxe salted caramel chocolate liqueur as well. Now we're heading over to Brazil. This location is between Morocco and France. The food items. We got the feijoada, black beans with pork belly and Brazil nut pesto, featuring Ben's original long grain white rice. And we have a pão de queijo, which is Brazilian cheese bread. For the beverages, we have a 81 Bay Brewing Co. Bossa Nova Lager and a frozen caipirinha. Now heading over to France, we have a Boeuf Bourguignon puree de pommes de terre. This is a red wine braised short ribs with a potato puree. This next one I'm going to butcher so bad, I'm just going to go straight into the description. It's a spiced brioche with a 3 cheese Mornay filling. And then for the next one, once again, I'm going to give this one a shot, but boy, am I going to butcher it. A trio de escargot garniture et a tour porcel. This is a trio of escargot bites in a croissant served with a garlic parsley dip. And then for desserts, we have the creme brulee vanilla, and this is basically a vanilla cream brulee with blueberry lime compote. For the beverages, we have a chilled French Cosmo. This is Grey Goose vodka, Grand Marnier liqueur, and a Simply cranberry juice. Now we're going to head down to Canada. Of course, we have the cheddar and bacon soup served with a pretzel roll, the filet mignon with mushrooms and mashed potatoes, featuring a boursin garlic and fine herb cheese. This looks really, really good. And for the beverages, we have a Collective Arts Brewing Pilsner. Moving on to the refreshment port menu, this is right near Canada. Braised beef poutine, French fries with a braised beef mushroom sauce featuring boursin garlic and fine herb cheese, cheese curds, and a gherkin relish. For the beverages, we have Brewery on the Gang Oak Aged Watermelon Kolsch, a Florida Orange Groves Winery Sparkling Peach Wine, and a Boyd and Blair Pumpkin Spice Mule. Now we're going down to the Shimmering Sips menu. This is right near Port of Entry featuring the Pandora Jewelry. And we have a Strawberry Champagne Trifle. This is plant-based, looks very, very good. Moving on to the beverages, Berry Mimosa. We have a Blood Orange Mimosa and a Tropical Mimosa. And of course, you can have all three of these as a flight. Moving on to Hawaii menu. Location is right near the port of entry featuring the Pandora Jewelry again. And we have the slow roasted pork slider with a sweet and sour chutney featuring a Dole pineapple and spicy mayo. Then we have the Hawaiian rice bowl. This is Spam, eggs, eel sauce, spicy mayonnaise, and a furikake. For dessert, we have the pineapple cheesecake with passion fruit curd and macadamia nuts. And then for the beverages, we have the Florida Orange Groves Winery Sparkling Apple Wine. We have the Maui Brewing Co. Orange Mango Guava Hazy IPA. And the Ahu Sunrise Vodka Dole Whip Pineapple Juice with grenadine. Now, moving on to the Bramblewood Bites menu. The location is the walkway between the World Showcase and Imagination Pavilion. Food items. We have a grilled cider brined pork tenderloin with a chili apple butter and an apple slaw and an apple cider gastric. Follow that up with a cast iron seared river trout with the vanilla butternut squash puree, Brussels sprout salad, candied pecans, spiced pumpkin seeds, dried cranberries, and a maple dressing. And this is new. I've actually never eaten trout before, but I am a fisher. And I would be very interested in trying out this trout, especially here prepared in Disney. Then we have the cast iron roasted Brussels sprouts and root vegetables with a dried cranberries, spiced pumpkin seeds, and pumpkin seed vinaigrette. And this is completely plant-based. Moving on to the beverages, we have the 81 Bay Brewing Co. Nitro Bananas Foster's Cream Ale. That sounds very good. We have the Goji Pinot Noir and the Spiced Apple Old Fashioned Inspired Cocktail with the Boyd and Blair Rum. Moving on to Milled and Muled menu. Location, once again, between the World Showcase and the Imagination. We have the butternut squash and ginger bisque with a cinnamon cream, toasted pumpkin seeds, and pumpkin seed oil. This is new this year. We have the apple cinnamon and caramel mini churros sundae with a vanilla bean gelato and a fall fruit cheesecake featuring a boursin fig and balsamic cheese with pomegranates and candied pecans. And this is also followed by the freshly baked carrot cake with walnuts and cream cheese icing. I love me some carrot cake. Moving on to the beverages, we have the Three Daughters Brewing Apple Strudel Hard Cider and the Keel Farms Maple Harvest Hard Cider as well. Moving on to the Forest and Field menu, we have the Autumn Chili featuring the Impossible Beef with root vegetables, plant-based cheddar, and plant-based sour cream in a bread bowl. This is 100% plant-based, and it is new this year. Followed by the pumpkin mascarpone ravioli with brown butter vinaigrette, cheese, pomegranate seeds, and a hazelnut praline. And then following that, we have a sciacca sandwich. This is mortadella, prosciutto ham, sun-dried peppers, arugula, a staccatella cheese, a fall squash, mostarda, and a pistachio pesto on a warm focaccia. This looks very good as well, and it is new this year. Moving on to the beverages, we have the Brewery on the Gang All Hallows Tree Imperial Chocolate Peanut Butter Stout. We have a Dow Vineyards Chardonnay and a Famille Hugel Classic Pinot Noir. Now moving on to our final location, we have the Swirled Showcase menu. For the food items, we have the liquid nitrogen frozen pumpkin cheesecake mousse. This is featuring a Philadelphia cream cheese with candied pecans and a maple caramel sauce. This is new this year. They also just have a straight up soft serve in a cone. Vanilla, apple cinnamon, and salted caramel. Moving on to the beverages, we have a float, Coca-Cola, Barq's cream soda, or a Fanta grape with the choice of a soft serve. This is non-alcoholic. We also have the frozen apple pie. This is an apple pie filling, apple cinnamon soft serve, and an apple cinnamon cider topped with a streusel. This is non-alcoholic. We have the Fruly strawberry Belgian white beer and the strawberry beer float. This is a Fruly strawberry Belgian white beer and a soft vanilla serve. Other than that, guys, we do have a little bit of information on Joffrey's. They have a few new drinks at some of the specific locations as well. Over by the American Adventure, they have a butterscotch cookie cold brew. This is the Joffrey's French roast cold brew, cookie butter syrup, and butterscotch syrup topped with whipped cream and a sea salt caramel toffee sauce. This is non-alcoholic, and it is new. Moving on to the Disney Traders Joffrey's location, there is a fudge brownie cold brew. This is the Joffrey's shaken Jamaican cold brew, Irish cream syrup, and dark chocolate sauce, topped with a whipped cream, dark chocolate sauce, and a chocolate powder. Once again, non-alcoholic. And then the location between the UK and Canada, there is a creme brulee cold brew. This is Joffrey's French roast cold brew with cream caramel syrup, topped with whipped cream and caramel sauce. Once again, non-alcoholic. And then near Guardians of the Galaxy location, there is a churro latte. This is espresso with a choice of milk, a dulce leche sauce, and a cinnamon syrup, topped with whipped cream and cinnamon. So we got some excellent things to look forward to here. We're pretty close to the start of the Food and Wine Festival now. Once again, guys, I will be heading down there on September 6th. That will be a Saturday, and I am possibly staying 9 days down there. I'm not 100% sure if I'm going to end up staying the whole time, but if everything pans out the way I want it to and everything goes smoothly with the restaurant while I'm out there, then I will be out there for a whole 9 days, and I'm looking forward to all of the content that I'm going to be getting, and of course, meeting up with the 407 and Beyond team. So with that being said, guys, if you need help booking a vacation, whether it's to Disney, Universal, a cruise, or anywhere in the world, reach out, because 407 and Beyond will take care of you, and all of their services are literally 100% free to you. They will help you book your vacation and make sure everything is ready to go, so you don't have to worry about any of the nonsense that comes along with booking a vacation. You just go and you have a good time. I'm a travel agent. If you'd like me to help you out, all of my links are in the show notes. You could always reach out to me on any of my social medias or my email, or even fill out something on the 407's website, and we'll reach out to you and we'll get you set up and we get you some quotes, and we'll get you started. So once again, guys, I want to say follow me on my socials. I've been posting quite a bit on my TikTok, and it's been growing pretty well. I'm really happy about that. I love communicating with you guys on there. I'd like to do an episode pretty soon that's going to be like strictly a Q&A, and I'm going to be posting it on my TikTok. So if there was ever a question you wanted to ask me that was anything travel related, Disney related, you could go on there and you could shoot me the message, and I will get your question onto the podcast and I'll answer it live. So follow me on my socials. On Instagram, my personal is Nostalgic Belv. That is BELVE, Nostalgic Belv. And then, of course, my travel one is Belv Books Magic. On TikTok, I'm just straight up Nostalgic Belv. So if you need help with vacations, guys, reach out. Don't be hesitant. I had somebody reach out recently. They weren't sure if they're going to be able to afford a trip to Disney. We broke down the numbers for them, and they realized it was extremely doable. And, we have all of the tools to help you figure everything out. So with that being said, guys, that's it for this week. I had a great time reading over this menu. I'm really looking forward to some of the foods. I'm going to be posting a little bit more about the foods on my TikTok as well. If you guys like the podcast, please leave a rating and a review, and always share it with somebody else who loves the genre. And that's going to be it for me, guys. So I hope you enjoy the rest of your day, your night, whenever you're listening to this, wherever you're listening to this. Just have a good time. Be good. Be happy. And that's it. So I'll see you guys next week on the Meet Me on Main Street podcast. So long.